Clarence Humphreys lived here for more than 40 years. He says the Watsons had lived next door to him for about 2.
We know 9 kids, and you don't hear anything out of them. Chad and his wife were raising the kids right.
Sirens woke Clarence up around 2 o'clock this morning. He heard them stop nearby, and he looked outside toward the Watsons' house.
I saw that house engulfed in flame, and I knew 11 people lived there. And I thought to myself that they're not getting out.
2 of them did make it out, 36-year-old Chad Watson and his 11-year-old daughter Kylie. Crews rushed them to Vanderbilt University Medical Center, where Chad's listed as critical but stable, and Kylie's listed as stable. Several hours later, though, police confirmed they'd found the bodies of Chad's wife, Nikki, and their 8 other children.
It's hard to believe it. Our whole family's wiped out like that. And you stand there helpless and can't do a thing. That's the hardest part, not being able to do anything.
As the day's gone on, a small memorial has popped up in front of the Watsons' house. There are 8 flowers, 1 for each of the Watson children who died inside. Of course, their mother, Nikki, also died in the fire. The father, Chad Watson, and his 11-year-old daughter, Kylie, are recovering at Vanderbilt University Medical Center. Now, today we've learned that 5 of the Watson children all went to school together. The 5 youngest Watson children, 4-year-old twins Mark and Nathaniel, 6-year-old Reagan, 8-year-old Samuel, and 9-year-old Emily, were all students at Longest Elementary School in Greenville. Classmates and teachers throughout the building have lost 5 of their family.
You don't prepare for an event like this.
Principal Brent Hardison says he didn't interact with the children every day, but he did watch them grow. Samuel, he said, had just made a big leap in reading.
He'd advanced to a new level, and the teacher was so excited to see that growth in him.
But now Samuel and his brothers and sisters are gone. A whole school full of people trying to process what's happened.
We as school teachers and administrators and working with the youth, we're in the position of parents a lot of times during the day, and these children become part of our family.
Now in just a few hours there will be a prayer vigil over at Calvary Baptist Church in Central City. That's where the family worshiped and, we're told, where Chad had been helping out. In Muhlenberg County, Sean Moody, WKYT. 9 people, 8 of them children. It's just too much.
I go down Hardee's and eat breakfast, and people crying, you know, choking up like I am right now, just because it was kids.
This couple didn't know the Watsons, but that doesn't matter.
I just thought it was something that was sweet and, you know, be respectful, something for each one of them.
There are reminders all around here that a family lived here. Some hit you harder than others.
And see their little bicycles there they'll never use again?
There are bikes all over the place, and you can't help but think of the 8 pairs of hands that'll never hold those handlebars again. The 8 pairs of feet that won't be pushing the pedals anymore.
The training wheels must be for the 4-year-old twins, I'd say. Just the feeling that they'll never be used again by those kids. And it's heartbreaking.
And the grief isn't hitting hard just right here.
Boy, it's terrible. The whole county, you know, shook to the core.
They said something about some teachers yesterday. The teachers had written on email or Facebook or something, saying, I hope the empty chair is not in my room today.
Longest Elementary School has 5 chairs like that today. The youngest children all went there. Now their learning and bike riding are through.
Kids should be using those instead of being buried in the next day or 2.
The people who live here in DuPuy aren't quite sure how to cope with the loss of so many lives just yet.
It just got me some. It broke me up.
But they'll keep doing whatever they think is best for the 9 who died and the 2 left behind.
If it was something that had happened to me, I hope that, you know, somebody would reach out and touch my family as well and be with them.
Now, administrators at the elementary school told us there are signs of improvement for both of those people who made it out of the fire. The father, Chad Watson, and his daughter, Kylie. We're told 11-year-old Kylie is able to communicate by riding on a dry erase board. In Muhlenberg County, Sean Moody, WKYT.